madam, I am Lim Ziying, matric number 300261. In this video, I will talk about 7 active listening techniques for better communication, why active listening is important, and also the ways to improve active listening. First of all, you must be fully present. Active listening requires being fully present in the conversation. This enables you to concentrate on what is being said. Being present involves listening with all your senses such as sight, sound, and so on, and giving all your attention to the speaker. To use this active listening technique effectively, put away your smartphone, avoid distraction, avoid daydreaming, and shut down your internal dialogue. Just keep your focus on conversation's partner. Second, pay attention to nonverbal cues. As much as 65% of a person's communication is unspoken. Paying attention to these nonverbal cues can tell you a lot about a person and what they are trying to say. If they talk fast, for instance, this could be a sign that they are nervous or anxious. If they talk slowly, they may be tired or trying to carefully choose their words. During active listening, your nonverbal behavior are just as important. To show the person you are truly tuned in, use open and non-threatening body language. This involves not folding your arms, smiling while listening, leaning in, and nodding at key junctures. It can also be helpful to pay your attention to facial expression when active listening so that you don't convey any types of negative response. Thirdly, keep good eye contact. When engaged in active listening, making eye contact is especially important. This tells other person that you are present and listening to what they say. It also shows you are not distracted by anything else around you. At the same time, you don't want to use so much eye contact that conversation feels weird. To keep this from happening, follow 50-70 rules. This involves maintaining eye contact for 50% to 70% of the time spent listening, holding contact for 4 to 5 seconds before briefly looking away. Fourthly, ask open-ended questions. Asking yes or no questions often produce dead-end answers. This is not helpful during active listening as it keeps the conversation from flowing. It also makes it difficult to truly listen to the other person because there is not much you can gain from the short and non-descriptive response. Instead, ask open-ended questions to show that you are interested in the conversation and the other person. Examples of open-ended questions you may use when active listening include: what do you think about that? Can you tell me a bit more about that? The open-ended question can also encourage thoughtful and expansive response from the speaker. Fifthly, reflect what you hear. After the person has spoken, tell him or her what you heard. This active listening technique ensures that you capture him or her thoughts, ideas, and emotions accurately. It also helps other person feel validated and understood while keeping any potential miscommunication to a minimum. One way to reflect what you have heard is to paraphrase. For example, you might say to that person, "You are sad because face these problems." You can also summarize what you have heard and give the opportunity to the person to say whether you capture him or her meaning or intent. If you would like better understand something the person has said, ask for clarification, but don't focus so much on insignificant details that you miss the big picture. 6. You must be patient during active listening. Patience is an important active listening technique because it allows the other person to speak without interruption. It also gives him or her the time to share stories or feelings. Being patient also requires listening to understand, not just to respond. Also, don't change the subject too abruptly as this conveys boredom and impatience. Lastly, without judgment. Remaining neutral and non-judgmental in your responses enables the other person to feel comfortable with sharing their thoughts. It also makes the conversation to a safe zone where they can trust that they won't be shamed, criticized, blamed, or otherwise negatively received. Some ways to be less judgmental when active listening includes: first, you can express your empathy to the person or their situation. Next, you can learning about different people and culture, and you practicing acceptance of others people. Why active listening is important? This is because it can affect your relationships, work, and social interactions in your life. Firstly, in relationships, active listening helps you better understand another person's point of view and respond with empathy. This is important in all types of healthy relationship, whether with parents, child, or friends. Being an active listener in your relationships involves recognizing that the conversation is more about the other person than about you. This is especially important when the other person is emotionally distressed. Your ability to listen actively to a family member or a friend who is going through a difficult time is a valuable communication skill. It helps keep you from offering opinions and solutions when the other person really just wants to be heard. Second, at work. Active listening at work is particularly important if you are in a supervisory position or interact frequently with colleagues. It helps you understand problems and collaborate to develop solutions. It also showcases your patience, a valuable asset in the workplace. In some cases, active listening while on the job can help improve workplace safety. For instance, if you are in the healthcare field, engaging in active listening can help reduce medical errors and prevent unintentional patient harm. Next, during social situations, active listening techniques such as reflecting, asking open-ended questions, seeking clarifications, and watching body language can help you develop relationships when meeting new people. People who are active and empathic listeners are good at initiating and maintaining the conversations. Active listening helps others feel more emotionally supported. This can be beneficial when interacting with the person who has social anxiety. According to research, emotional support impacts the left dorsolateral prefrontal cortex of the brain, resulting in decreased feelings of distress for social anxious person. There are 4 ways to improve active listening. First, encourage your own curiosity. The more curious you about something, the easier it becomes to want to know more. This naturally causes you to ask more questions and to seek to understand, which are two of the core foundations of active listening in communications. Second, find a topic that interests you both. This works particularly well when engaging in small talk as you get to know one another. If you both have passion for the topic, it becomes easier to stay fully engaged in the conversation. Third, practice your active listening skill. Like with any skill, being good at active listening takes some practice. Be patient with yourself as you go through the learning process. Continuing to practice this skill may just inspire the person you are conversing with to do the same. By seeing you demonstrate active listening, they might become a better listener too. Last, understand when exiting the conversation is best. If you are talking with another person and they are clearly uninterested in the conversation, it may be best to end that conversation respectfully. It can help keep you from feeling unheard and annoyed. In conclusion, mastering active listening techniques is essential for fostering better communication, understanding, and building stronger relationships. By using these 7 techniques as mentioned in this video, individuals can become more engaged in conversation and respond thoughtfully to others' needs. These techniques also not only enhance listening skills but also promote mutual respect and trust, creating more productive and positive interactions. By practicing active listening consistently, one can become a more effective communication in both personal and professional settings. That is all from me. Thank you.